Don in London, hello, May 29th, 2009, Friday morning, time just after 8:30, and my video is all about recovery from addiction to either substance or behaviour, or both. My substance, alcohol, my behaviour, trying to be perfect, never so, nowhere near. Yet that's what I thought I was there, that's what I thought I was here for, to do the perfect thing, whatever that might be, and I guess that was born out of fear, putting on a brave face and ego so brittle, behind it there was no confidence at all. So these days I'm just learning how to be a little bit more confident, have a bit of self-esteem, courage and faith to meet what is happening in the day. And what helps me most in all of this is being part of family, community, society, and a fellowship which helps me keep sober just one day at a time. So I'm very pleased to be in the moment of now. A lot of people with spiritual beliefs will understand that reality is the actual spiritual connection. That is the truth of now. And if your spirituality goes beyond that to an understanding of a power greater than us, where God is love, God is truth, God works through people, that's okay too. It's how our unique, authentic take is, an understanding of where we are today and what is working for us. And most of all, what works for us is openness, inclusion, and being part of life, and being involved, and not separated by some form of behaviour or attitude which isolates, closes us down, and makes us unwilling to be a part of. So, drink for me, alcohol, put me in a place of stupor most of the time, and into oblivion, so I didn't have to feel or think too hard about what was going on. I was just here, not to be frightened, do what you asked me to do, and make life work as best I could. And the best way of doing that was to put up a facade of being okay. So, as in any culture, when asked the question, how are you today, we often say, fine, thank you, which often means something quite different. It means, I don't want to tell you the truth of me right now, because if I told you the truth of me right now, you may look down on me, you may judge me. And these days, it's far better not to judge anybody else, and try not to judge ourselves too harshly. So to remain included, part of, open, honest and willing to make life work as best it can be, or to live life and to live the experience of life, that is the gift of being in the moment of now. So my spiritual connection is reality, truth, open, honest, willing. And it's not that hard for me, because I've been learning about it over the last few years without a drink inside me, and without I suppose, going back to old behaviour, where I was trying to people please, where I was trying to be whatever you thought I ought to be, and to work for you, so you would like me. And, we're not too dissimilar in all these things. All humans have these attributes, but sometimes they get out of all proportion. So we get one way, if you like, my way or the highway. So I need fellowship and family, community, society to help me get a balance, or strike a balance in all of this. And often the balance comes not from within, but it comes from the wisdom learned from others who are in the same boat or trying to do the same sort of thing. Just make the best use of one day to find happiness if possible, and also recognise what sadness is and why we need both happy and sad to make some sort of understanding about how life is. If we get 50% happy and 50% sad, I guess we would be very lucky. But if it tips one way or the other into being very happy for a very long period and then very sad for a very long period, it's very, very, very difficult to relate to what is going on around us. So extremes don't necessarily suit us. Balance somewhere in the middle, in all matters, emotional, spiritual, physical, probably helps us best to make the best use of now. And the fellowship of AA, Alcoholics Anonymous, is the most important part of what has happened over the last few years, because it's given me a sense of who I am on a daily basis. So I'm Don, I'm an alcoholic, and at the same time I'm in recovery one day at a time. So I minimise the risk of going back to addiction simply by sticking with fellowship, leaning on it when I need to, not leaning on individuals or putting other individuals on pedestals, and certainly not putting myself on a pedestal to be knocked off. The most important part of this is the equalising nature of the fellowship programme, which only has one aim, really, a desire to help people stop drinking. At the beginning of every meeting of AA I go to in London, UK, of which there are 600 to 700 on average every week, with plenty of choice. This preamble is shared, which just explains what AA is all about. And I don't speak for it, full of unique, authentic people, and AA has no opinions, as it says here. AA, Alcoholics Anonymous, is a fellowship of men and women who share their experience, strength and hope with each other, that they may solve their common problem and help others to recover from alcoholism. The only requirement for membership is a desire to stop drinking, and there it is, the desire to stop drinking. There are no dues or fees for AA membership. We are self-supporting through our own contributions. AA is not allied with any sect, denomination, politics, organisation or institution, does not wish to engage in any controversy, neither endorses nor opposes any causes. Our primary purpose is to stay sober and help other alcoholics to achieve sobriety. And I went to a meeting last night, famous as the After 8 meeting at Eaton Square, which is at the back of Buckingham Palace. And we have the meeting in the crypt of the big old church. And After 8 refers to people who've got more than 8 years sobriety, continuous sobriety, and I'm nowhere near that yet. But the gift is, it's good to hear some wisdom from people who've been around a bit longer. And what I'm always encouraged by is the fact that no matter how long we are in sobriety, we all face the same challenges on a daily basis: to be open, honest, willing, to give some service, stay in recovery, and find unity in the fellowship. So we are unique, authentic people, and long may it be so, with one similarity. So the pressure for dogma and cult to emerge could be there and strong if people weren't individuals in their own right. And I use the literature of AA here, as Bill sees it, co-founder, and for today. He was a wise old bird, because he didn't say that AA was the best place to go to get your recovery. He said it was just one place that could offer recovery as a way of finding the wisdom and the path. So, I'm nearly jumping one page here. Where am I? Just check the time and the date. Yeah, 29. Each man's wisdom, it says here, beyond a higher power, as each of us may vision him. AA must never, as a society, enter the field of dogma or theology. We can never become a religion in that sense, lest we kill our usefulness by getting bogged down in theological contention. The really amazing fact about AA is that all religions see in our programme a resemblance to themselves. For example, Catholic theologians declare our 12 steps to be in exact accord with their Ignatian exercises for retreat. And though our book reeks of sin, sickness and death, the Christian Science Monitor has often praised it additionally. Now, looking through Quaker eyes, you too see us favourably. What happy circumstances are these? And the gift of that really is that it's not religious. You don't lose your religious connection to whatever religion you might be affiliated with. I don't know what I'm affiliated to most of the time, just trying to make one day work, which is why the fellowship works for me. It gives me an understanding of me in the moment of now. And in this one, Daily Reflections, True Tolerance. The only requirement for AA membership is a desire to stop drinking, and that's from the 12 Steps and 12 Traditions. I first heard the short form of the third tradition in the preamble. When I came to AA, I could not accept myself, my alcoholism or a higher power. If there had been any physical, mental, moral or religious requirements for membership, I would have been dead today. Bill W. said in his tape on the traditions that the third tradition is a charter for individual freedom. The most impressive thing to me was the feeling of acceptance from members who were practicing the third tradition by tolerating and accepting me. I feel that acceptance is love, and love is God's will for us. So, in all of this is about being unique and authentic, and I keep on emphasising that, because those who would wish the programme to be a failure because they don't like it, well, that's all right, don't like it, but if it's working for other people, don't knock it. Or knock it if you want to, but the gift is, the Serenity Prayer sums it all up, and to your good conscience, O God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change today, courage to change to the things I can today, and the wisdom to know the difference. It is just for today.